Hi everyone. This screencast is going to go over a little bit of an overview of the Equatio Chrome extension. And this Chrome extension is really geared for math teachers. So when you log into your Google account, you'll notice up at the top right corner this blue diamond um, that is highlighted right here. That is called the Equatio Chrome extension. And this Chrome extension is very powerful for teachers. Students can also use it as well if they're going to respond to your equation digitally. So let me explain it to you, and hopefully you'll think, wow. All right, so right now I'm in a Google Doc and I want to create a worksheet for my students. So I can click on this Equatio extension, and down here at the bottom I get a toolbar, and this toolbar has a lot of different options on how I can create my equations. So this equation editor will allow me to start typing the equation here. So let's just say it's I don't know, 3x, and I can come over here on this side and you'll see that there's different menu options here as well. So I can click on the x to the a power and I'll get mathematical operations. So I can, pick one of these if I need to. Um, so we can use this sign, greater than or equal to, and I don't know, we can do 4. Okay, and at this point here I have my equation. I use my mathematical operations menu here, and I can add any of these types of formats into my equation. I can also use any of these symbols here under the pi symbol icon here. I can use any of these function formats here as well, and this icon here as well. So don't forget that you do have these 4 menu options available to you when you're creating your equations. So right now I'm in the math equation editor, and if I wanted to insert this into my Google Doc, I just say insert math. I click on that button and it inserts that equation as an image, and now I can take this image and basically copy it into maybe a Google form or into a Jamboard. So let's do this again. So right now I'm going to clear my board and I can type my equation using the LaTeX editor, which is basically using symbols to get your equation. Um, I can do a graph editor as well, which opens up a Desmos um, interface. I can actually write my equation out as well. So if I click on this icon here, I can use my touchscreen Chromebook, or I can use my mouse to try to draw out my equation. So I'm going to write out my equation. Okay, and I can actually have this in here, or if I made a mistake, I can clear it out again and I can start writing it again. Um, so you can see here that all I'm doing is writing on my screen. And now if I hit insert math, it'll take that equation and insert it into my Google Doc. And if I want to clear out the screen, I hit the trash can, and now I'm ready to type my next equation. So I can handwrite it. Another way of getting an equation into your Google Doc is actually saying your equation. So if I click the microphone here, 3x squared, well, I have to hit the record button first. 3x squared plus 2 x. And I click insert math, and it inserts that mathematical equation right into my Google Doc. Now, you can take this a step further if you'd like, and you can actually copy these image files into a Jamboard or into a jam. So jams are in Drive. So if I click on New and I go to More, I can click Google Jamboard. And when I click on Google Jamboard, it's going to open up a blank frame. Now I can actually take my equations that are in my Google Doc and I can copy them. So I can right click copy, go back into my jam, and I can do right click or actually control V and paste. And that's going to insert the image of the equation on that frame. And I can go to a new frame and I can do the same thing. So I can copy, right click copy or control C, go back into my jam, and I can do control V for paste. And now my equation will be, inserted into my jam. And the kids can actually respond to you with the pen tool here as well. So they can actually solve this equation using this menu here. And they have different color pens that they can use. If they wanted to circle like terms, they can circle the like terms in one color, and they can circle the other type of term in another color. So Jamboard is a great app that you can use with your math students as well. If I wanted my math students to graph, there's no need to find a graph paper background anymore. You can do that in Jamboard. So I'm going to go to a new frame and I'm going to click on the background button and I'm going to click on the graph paper. And now I have an area where students can graph. And if I wanted to, if I had a better equation, I can copy my equation from my Google Doc, which is a control C or copy, and I can go back into my Jamboard and do a control V. And now students can actually take this and they can graph their answer. So on their touchscreen Chromebook, they can graph. I don't even know if this equation pertains to graphing. I'm kind of doing this on the fly, so be patient with me here. But the students can, use the pen here. They can change the thickness of it, and they can, they can put the points in on the graph, and they can actually draw the line up if need be. So Jamboard has a lot of potential for the math students. If you need help with this, please let me know. I will be more than happy to help you use Jamboard and integrate Equatio into it as well. And in addition to Jamboard, Equatio will work with Google Forms. So when you're creating a form, you can see here that this blue icon refers to Equatio. So this is going to show up in your forms as well, and it will allow you to insert a mathematical equation. So here it is. If I click on that icon, that same toolbar shows up here at the bottom, and I am able to type in my equation, and let's just see. And I click insert math, and now my equation should show up in Google Forms. So this is a nice way of also digitizing your workflow with Equatio, Jamboard, Google Docs and Forms. All right, I hope you found this screencast helpful.